Moving from challenges to solutions, let's focus on the best practices that make humanitarian supply chains more effective. Let's take up preparedness and planning first. Developing detailed plans for various disaster scenarios, outlining specific actions, resource requirements and responsibilities. These plans should be regularly updated and tested. Strategically locating essential relief supplies like food, water, medicine, shelter in warehouses or hubs close to potential disaster zones. This enables rapid deployment. Establishing relationships with key stakeholders like local communities, NGOs, government agencies and private sector before a crisis occurs. This facilitates smoother coordination during a response. Then comes rapid response mechanisms, developing clear SOPs for rapid deployment of resources and personnel, including streamlined procurement processes, transportation arrangements and customs clearance procedures. Utilizing early warning systems to anticipate potential disasters and trigger preemptive actions. Deploying trained rapid response teams to assess needs, coordinate logistics and provide immediate assistance. Let's take agile and flexible supply chains next. Designing supply chains with modular components that can be easily reconfigured to meet changing needs. Sourcing from multiple suppliers using different transportation routes and establishing backup plans to mitigate risk. Building in the ability to quickly adapt to changing circumstances such as shifts in demand, assess restrictions or security concerns. For collaboration and partnerships, it is important to establish effective coordination mechanisms with other humanitarian organizations, government agencies and the military. Sharing timely and accurate information with all stakeholders to improve situational awareness and facilitate joint decision making. Working closely with local communities and organizations to leverage their knowledge, resources and networks. Let's pick technology and innovation now. Using technology like GPS, RFID, satellite imagery to track the movement of goods and personnel throughout the supply chain. Implementing robust data management systems to collect, analyze and share information. Establishing reliable communication systems to connect with teams in the field and coordinate logistics operations. Utilizing drones for need assessments, mapping and delivery of small but critical supplies. For localization and community engagement, it is important to source goods and services locally whenever possible to support local economies and reduce transportation cost. Involve local communities in all stages of the humanitarian response from needs assessment to aid distribution. Invest in training and development for local staff and building local capacity for logistics and supply chain management. Standardization and best practices. Adopting standardized procedures for procurement, warehousing, transportation and other logistics functions to improve efficiency and reduce errors. Learnings from past experiences and adopting best practices from other humanitarian operations. Ensuring interoperability between different systems and organizations to facilitate coordination. Performance measurement and evaluation. Tracking key metrics such as delivery times, cost per unit and beneficiary satisfaction to measure the effectiveness of humanitarian operations. Conducting PARs after each operation to identify lessons learned and improve future responses. Evaluating the long-term impact of humanitarian aid on affected communities. Capacity building. Developing and delivering training programs for humanitarian logistics personnel on topics such as supply chain management, warehouse operations, transportation planning and risk management. Facilitating knowledge sharing and best practice dissemination among humanitarian organizations. Supply chain mapping and vulnerability analysis. Visualizing the entire supply chain including suppliers, transportation routes, warehouses, distribution points to identify potential bottlenecks and vulnerabilities. Assessing the vulnerability of the supply chain to various risks such as natural disasters, security threats and supplier failures. This analysis should include consideration of climate change impacts. By implementing these best practices and strategies, humanitarian organizations can significantly improve the effectiveness and efficiency of their supply chains, ensuring that aid reaches those who need it most when they need it. Continuous improvement, adaptation, and a strong focus on collaboration are essential for success in this challenging field.